Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I hated this movie.
And this is Count Jackula, and today we're going to talk about Brute 1976, directed by Marcel Walz. This movie is a throwback to an old style of movie, a 1970s era movie. The movie that involves people from the city going to a rural area and being targeted by the crazed locals. Think Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, and all the movies that spawned, including the Wrong Turn franchise. The movie has the 1970s era kind of aesthetics down, though it is very toned down compared to something like The Devil's Rejects, which goes really hard into like the 16 millimeter filmography. The Devil's Rejects
is like a top tier of these.
Exactly.
You know?
But it's got the aesthetics relatively down for this movie. But unfortunately, the movie is really fucking slow. Even though things happen really early on in the movie, it feels like it takes forever for the movie to get to its point.
Yeah, it does. Like, I can't, shit just takes forever.
The second problem with this movie is that the actual acting that all the protagonists give, and even the antagonists for that matter, even though they're more interesting than the protagonists because they're all crazy.
Yeah.
All of the acting in this movie is so stiff. You know, like old Kevin Smith movies like Clerks, how there's like a certain kind of stiff way his friends all acted in those movies because most of them weren't professional actors.
Yeah.
So they all kind of like sound like they're just kind of reading their lines, but there's not like a lot of like emoting in it.
Yeah. But the lines are really well written. But the humor and the writing is so on point, it works despite the stiffness. Yes, yeah.
This movie has that stiffness, but without the clever writing. And what's really irritating is the writing thinks it's clever, but it's not as clever as it actually thinks it is, unfortunately.
No, it really isn't. Part of the problem I'm having talking about this movie is that I keep thinking of the better movie
that could have been made.
It could have been.
I kept thinking that too. I just kept feeling like, first off, I kind of wish the movie leaned more into the sleaze.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, it obviously wanted to, and it has moments of like really awesome sleaze in it. I like the scene in which two characters that shouldn't fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the better scenes in the movie. I like how overtly queer many of the characters are in this movie. That's pretty cool. Not just the villains, but also the main characters. But unfortunately, there's just something too clean about the way this movie feels.
Yeah, it doesn't feel sweaty enough.
Yes.
You know?
It doesn't feel sweaty enough.
It's not sweating. It's not oozing. It's not like... Bleh.
The characters don't feel like they're written gritty enough either.
No.
Like, I'm not saying you need to have, like, the Rob Zombie, everyone says fuck every other word. But I am saying I would like the characters to swear a little bit more. Just so that, like, you can set the tone, set the mood, right?
Yeah.
The movie does this thing that, like, is definitely it trying to be clever, but it just kind of irritated me, where just like, no, man, what's happening here? This is what the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on, man. And even in the movie, there's a character who points out is like, it was based on Ed Gein.
Yeah.
That was the real life inspiration.
I forgot that happened.
It didn't land for me. And the other thing I really don't like about this movie is that when it actually gets to the conclusion and you find out like the motivation of the crazed family, which in most of these movies, the crazed family doesn't have a motivation beyond just fucking with people and like eating them.
They're usually just like, you're on our property.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
Like we don't like you because you're city folk or we're cannibals, like depending upon the movie, right? You know? But in this movie, they actually give them like a Scream style, like complex motivation. And it was one of the stupidest fucking things I'd ever heard.
You're like, what?
It's trying to have social commentary like some of the other movies we've watched, but it's really bad at it.
Well, yeah, because it's tacked on at the end, because it doesn't follow through any of it.
And I'll talk about what really irritated me about the final act in the spoiler section, because it is a spoiler. So
yeah,
we'll get to that. There's some like white person trying to talk about non-white issues and doing it clumsily in this movie. So Brute 1976. Oh, wait, hold on. There is one last thing I need to rant about before we go to the spoiler section.
What's that?
Okay, so this I do not blame the filmmakers for. I guarantee this was the distributor or some sort of...
Oh my God!
Some sort of deal they had with the streaming services that went wrong. But in this movie, one of the best scenes in this movie, in fact, involves penile trauma. A penis getting drilled.
But,
and this is a huge problem. In the Amazon version we initially rented, and in the free Tubi version that we realized was there after we had rented
it, yeah.
Both versions of those have the penile scene censored. They literally put a blurry bar over the penis, and so you don't get to see shit in the scene. And it was one of the best scenes in the movie. Like, it's the actual scene that actually delivers.
Yeah,
on its grimy premise. And it's censored, and I don't blame the filmmakers for this, because I guarantee they did not want that shit censored.
I guarantee they didn't, yeah.
I blame either Amazon, Tubi, or the distributor. One of them fucked this up.
Yeah.
For everyone. And I hate it because I feel like it's censored on Tubi, but like just like 2 months ago, we watched a movie where a guy got his dick chopped off in full frame of the camera on Tubi, and it was a Tubi original.
Yeah.
That would be the movie Match. I don't think Tubi has a problem with penile torture in movies.
Yeah.
So maybe it was Amazon or Apple. I don't know.
I have no clue.
I have no idea.
But it was one of those, are we going to start? Please don't, let's not start doing this.
I was like, that is the one part of the fucking 70s nostalgia I didn't need included, the censorship.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I could definitely feel when I saw that happen that my own mood kind of dropped with the movie, and it was already kind of teetering.
Yeah,
we were like,
well, we could go in either direction at this point.
By the time we got to that scene, I was sitting there going like, okay, the acting's kind of bad, the writing is kind of cringy, but hey, if the kills are awesome,
yeah, then maybe we got something.
Then maybe this is salvageable the same way.
And the one kill that they got that's kind of awesome is censored.
Yes. I have been told that apparently there's going to be a Blu-ray of this movie that is not censored. That's probably the ideal way to watch this movie. But given how bad everything else in this movie is, I can't in my right mind recommend it personally.
No.
The movie's not good.
We already paid $5 to see this, and I already feel ripped off.
Exactly. But anyway, Brute 1976 is currently available censored on various streaming platforms, including Tubi. You can go watch it on Tubi for free. So pick your poison and enjoy if anything we've said so far has enticed you, though I doubt it has, given how much we've ranted.
Yeah.
And with that said, let us move on to the spoilers so we can talk about the stupid fucking ending of this movie.
I would have thought that a movie where a guy wears a woman's severed tits would be amazing.
Yep.
Not amazing.
It is one of the better bits in the movie.
It's a great bit, but like they didn't do it well enough.
I know. Like I kept feeling at any given moment, if this scene was done by Rob Zombie, it would have
been amazing.
Yeah,
it would have been fan-fucking-tastic.
He would have leaned in the sleeves.
It would have been Grandpa or fucking Sid Haig.
Yeah.
You know.
For
don't you like my pretty titties?
For context,
don't they make you smile?
For context, in this movie, one of the killers in the family is this cross-dressing dude, and he taunts a lesbian character by literally wearing the skin breasts of her lover.
Yeah.
And on paper, that sounds like an awesome fucked up scene. In reality, it actually comes across very kind of dull.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like execution problem.
It just didn't work.
The premise of this movie involves a group of models and photographers who are doing a photo shoot out in the fucking desert. They come across this town called Savage, and in the town, there is a bunch of savage locals that attack them and kill them off one by one, ultimately leading to a single character surviving. And the reason why they let her live is because she is the chosen one. And what do I mean by chosen one? So apparently, this family of savages are a found family of people who kill groups of friends that mosey into town, and then pick one of those friends, the one with the most survival instincts, to join their family. That's the idea. And the reason why they do this...
But wait, it gets dumber.
It gets dumber. The reason why they're doing this is because society is fucked with all the racism and the homophobia and whatnot. So we're going to prepare for the apocalypse. And while I will admit, I am very pessimistic about the current state of like America right now, given everything that's going on for all of those things.
Yeah.
I do not understand necessarily the logic of, okay, so homophobia, racism, and police brutality, that's all bad, but we're gonna kill all these queer guys so that we can find one that can join our family. But we're not homophobic. because one of our fucking dudes is gay, so.
Yeah, there's no internal logic to it.
And then to make it even more irritating, the main character who survives is a black character. And she gives this speech that feels like it was written in like 1990, at a time in which it felt like progress was like always going to be moving forward.
Yeah.
World's always getting better. Like people are getting less racist. People are getting less this or whatever. And I'm just sitting there going like, this movie's set in the 70s. I'm like, you have no idea what's ahead. Like,
yeah.
You know? And to me, what it felt like is it felt like a white liberal writing dialogue for a black character to give like her Obama speech.
Yeah.
But it feels tone deaf.
But it's totally tone deaf, because it's like, look, I understand that you understand that horror movies often have social commentary. That doesn't mean you can just tack it on the end and call it a day.
It's such weird social commentary too, because when you get to the end of the movie, nothing in the movie up to that point had been about any of this.
No. And the movie's not dumb enough to make it funny.
No.
See, the Brute 1976 has made me dumber.
I would agree. I wanted to love this movie because I kind of like those like 1970s style,
I like the idea.
You know, movies. Like I like the first couple Wrong Turn movies. I liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its remake.
Yeah.
I like The Hills of Eyes and its remake.
Yeah.
I love The Devil's Rejects, and I love House of a Thousand Corpses. Recently, X.
X
was a great 70s throwback movie.
Yeah, it was.
Doing that kind of thing.
There was a very particular type of like 80s and 90s softcore titty flick that were really, really, really bad. This feels like the horror movie version of that.
Shit, you're fucking right. This movie, the acting, the writing in this movie, it's like a Skinamax movie.
Yeah, it's like a Skinamax flick. But without all the sleaze.
Without sexual content because it's censored.
Yeah. This movie sucks.
I was pissed off after we watched it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed. Like, they get in the middle of that speech, it's like, no, you're mad, he's gonna, oh my God, shut the fuck up and end.
I would have just preferred them just be cannibals who eat people that come by.
Why weren't they weren't even like mutants or nothing.
Or just lean into the crazy, like House of a Thousand Corpses, like all the crazy Marilyn Manson speeches.
Yeah.
That what's his name gives in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Charlie Manson?
Oh yeah, Charlie Manson. Who did I say? Marilyn Manson. Charlie Manson.
Yeah.
Charlie Manson fucking speeches that he gives, where they're intentionally fucking insane and don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because they're evoking the weird fucking Charles Manson
head trippiness of Charles Manson. Yeah.
And they're also like done in like that head trippy style where the cinematography is like evoking.
Yeah. Where you get close-ups with wide-angle lenses and shit. You know, like this didn't have any of that.
No, unfortunately. So, Brute 1976. Not good. Do not recommend.
Well, you can find me here on YouTube every weekday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I generally stream for at least an hour, although we often go much longer than that. And I would love to see you there because we could talk about all sorts of groovy things like blood, murder, mayhem, and it will give you something to do in those hours where you can't quite sleep, and will probably help you get a girlfriend, but probably not. How about you?
Y'all know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me on various social media platforms, but these days, I primarily use Blue Sky, so follow me on there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're immediately notified of our videos immediately when they're uploaded. And if you'd like to help us out more directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way, but we will certainly accept more. And with that said, my fellow Gorehounds, I want you to comment below, and be sure to comment below using the hashtag
Drill Dick.
Drill Dick. Pour one out for our homie the Drill Dick scene because it got censored to hell and back. Peace out, my fellow Gorehounds, and we'll catch y'all later.